Working out that Canberra Parliament House studio today. Let's cut to the chase now and catch up with Lanai Scarr, the national political editor of the West Australian newspaper. Thanks for joining us, Lanai. Bit of a focus on the budget, really, in Parliament today, all about whether or not the government can still deliver the budget after not just the bushfires but the coronavirus crisis.
Yeah, the government is laying the groundwork for basically not being able to deliver a budget surplus in the May budget. Obviously, they have said that coronavirus is having a massive impact. The bushfires have had a massive impact. Scott Morrison and Josh Frydenberg, along with Greg Hunt, the Health Minister, and also the Chief Medical Officer, Brendan Murphy, they all did a press conference today in the Blue Room, and it wasn't for any particular announcement other than to say coronavirus was going to have a big impact on our economy, but they were working on it and laying that groundwork. So, yeah, definitely I think we should be potentially expecting that there is not going to be a budget surplus come May. Yeah,
I suppose we would expect weekly updates on coronavirus, but I imagine we'll hear one later in the week anyway, because they've got to update travel bans weekly or get rid of them. So we'll wait and see. But let's just have a look at a little bit from that press conference you referred to. Here's the Treasurer, Josh Frydenberg.
Phil, Treasury have told me they haven't finalised their advice on the economic impact of the virus. They say there's considerable uncertainty around what exactly that impact will be. The message is very clear. The impact will be more significant than the bushfires and it plays out more broadly across the Australian economy.
There we go. We'll know on budget night, Lanai. But from a political point of view, this is a serious issue they've got to deal with, of course, and the budget management's always serious. But from a political point of view, what they're doing there is the sensible line anyway. As you say, quite possibly just lowering expectations, softening the blow for perhaps not delivering that surplus that was going to be the first surplus in over a decade, or lowering expectations anyway. I mean, when people don't expect it, if they can pull a budget surplus out of the fire, he'll look like a hero.
Yeah, and you know, I think that people will forgive them, given the global circumstances and the domestic circumstances that have occurred in relation to the bushfires and also coronavirus. I do think people, the Australian public, will forgive them if they don't deliver a surplus. Obviously, Labor will continue their lines of attacks on this, but I think the everyday Australian, you know, trying to feed their family and turn the lights on, I think they'll be more concerned about those things and will forgive potentially not a budget surplus.